fine. The trouble is, apparently it's a thinking person's martial art, so they ask you to actually think. Anyway, enough of the pressures of my life. Nah, it's great. Wouldn't be
Like enough about me.
Right then, folks, it's 7:30. We still don't have... Or do we? Yep, there he is.
You do have a webby.
Right on.
Yeah, he came in earlier.
Nice,
He
nice.
snuck in like a ninja.
Good. He was a mute ninja.
Well, to be fair, his character doesn't speak, so... How can we ever hear?
He's already in character. It's great. It's probably swearing at me in sign language.
I was going to say, trouble is, he's not got the camera on, so while he's gesturing wildly, no one can hear.
I cannot hear what you... Wow, how do you interpret that in a linguistic manner? I cannot read what you're saying? No. Anyway, enough of my inane ramblings. Can everybody access their character sheets?
Yes.
Yes.
Yarp.
Everybody's per session stuff should hopefully be refreshed, so if you can just take a quick look-see at that for those of you who have per session
Looks like it.
One second, I need to let
doobries.
the child in. Come on.
You locked her out, how could you?
And those
The
who
door was
need to...
open
There's the prayer
perfectly
dice.
fine.
Nice. Those who need to, or want to, I should say, those who want to hear Syrinscape, can you confirm that you can actually hear something?
Yep, I can hear the music.
Excellent.
Stop being dramatic.
She says to the cat, just in case anybody's wondering. She says to the cat.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, I forgot we were streaming.
Yeah. Sorry, your mic is hot.
I'm so sorry.
Stop being dramatic, but it's my job. Anyway.
For reference, the door was open, but she was screaming outside of it to be let in. And I only had to open it a tiny bit more.
Cat say. He says, looking around for his. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yep, whilst I play our intro video very, very quickly, remember that Sean's character Gala gives everybody a hope to start the session
Oh, yay.
with. So, grab a hope while we play the intro. We'll be back in a couple of seconds, folks. Hello, hello, folks, and welcome along to Lost Luyarnha, a Daggerheart campaign of a D&D 5th edition campaign setting. Brought to you by myself, MJ the GM, who will be the games master for the next 2.5 hours or so, and with me are my cadre of hunters.
Hello.
Oh.
As per usual, my heartfelt thanks go out to Chris Davidson, who is otherwise known as Right Knight to Fight, who gave us that awesome Making Custom Adversaries guide. He has stuff on Drive-Thru RPG yonder on screen, if you can see. Hopefully it's there. Check out his stuff. But also, some definite kudos has to go to Maestre Digital, also under the Bruno Salado nomenclature, adversary manager for Daggerheart. Boy, did I need this in my life and not realize how much, but for DMs, absolutely necessary. So, you know, give him a shout out. But that's enough out of me and all of that. We have stuff to be getting on with. So, just to quickly summarize where we are. You guys were asked very nicely by Father Hawk to go find out what's going on with the dwindling supply of Ayeri's feather herb that's needed to create the beast repellent that keeps the scourge beasts away from people's houses. But of course, the repellent needs a very special herb, like I just mentioned, and it's getting low, like I just mentioned, and the only place to get it is in a small place called Gallowmoor. And those who were sent there to retrieve further samples of the herb, which I just mentioned, have not come back, and so our cadre of hunters have gone to try and find out what's been going on. What did we find, folks? Anybody like to...
Moths!
Moths! There you go.
Butterfly effect.
We found that
And
the
a very angry,
animated.
a very angry hill. That
A
wasn't
very
very
angry hill.
important in its past life. But it thinks it
We
was.
also discovered Gitch doesn't like it when people interfere with her patron. She gets a bit touchy.
I also noticed what we didn't find, because there's a distinct lack of blasphemy hands in this town.
Oh, there is.
Give me time.
Give me
5 minutes
strength.
and 1 madness later.
You know,
No, that's what
essentially-
caused this comment. It doesn't need any more.
Eventually, I'm going to have to try and find a way to shoehorn in something to do with blasphemy hands. It's going to end up being just like those Hulk fists people used to get. It's just got blasphemy written across the knuckles.
You know that's what you're getting as an
What I do is
answer
just-
to season 2.
Just
Tapestry
make
is
one of them
still
to-
intended to take control of that manor and then put a sign on it to officially name it Blasphemy Hands Manor.
Oh yes, I remember this.
The manor. Ah, yes. How long we've lingered on the manor.
Still
Yeah,
wanted to
all
bet.
of us, not just one in particular obsessing over it.
We believe you.
Yeah, absolutely, Gal.
In any case, as was mentioned, yes indeed, you got into a fight with a rather angry hill. I'm
We
not
won.
making that up,
The hill
folks.
lost. Oh, and Alex went digging for bones.
Yes, he did. And found some.
That's right.
Not bad. I mean, it made sense when he said, like, I'm not done yet. It's like, what a bet. just make sure that it has no physical thing to keep it here.
Like,
It's
oh,
from
you
the
think so,
corpse.
do you?
The fact that his tail was wagging the entire time is neither here nor there. Anyway,
Right.
Ow, pause, ow, pause. I'm sorry I called you dramatic. Stop biting me. Ow.
Go, cat.
And that's
go.
karma.
Avenge me.
Ow.
I'll give you treats, Fluff. 2 more.
Nom nom. Wow. Okay.
Are you trying to brush her, out of curiosity?
Oh, I was trying to pet.
moving away from somebody else's
Oh,
cat-based
moving away.
drama,
Sorry.
we have
To the
one
game.
place more or less left to go in Gallowmoor, and that is St. Lewin's Minor Chapel.
No,
It was the last place that folks had after they faced the Gallow Mound, and the chapel, with an itinerant Moth Spirit sitting astride it, is the last thing waiting. You do have a Father Francis accompanying your party at the moment, but overall, you're looking for the guy who's meant to be custodian of St. Lewin's Minor Chapel, Father Franzetti. So, unless anybody's got anything else they think I've forgotten or they need clarification on, now would be the time to bring it up.
No.
Awesome. So, we've got prayer dice from Galar done. We've got everybody gains 1 hope thanks to Galar as well. Kalad's probably recharged the bardic inspiration.
Are we in a place where I could just do some sort of rallying at the moment? Because I can't quite remember where
Well,
exactly.
you
we're
are just
We've just-
Outside the church.
The church. So, if you
Are
want-
we trying to
People
be
having-
stealthy or not?
I don't think we are at this
Get out the
point.
window a while ago.
Yeah, now I don't remember where we are. But
Yeah.
this sounds like a really good point to do this then. And let's apply that to everybody.
Woohoo.
Right, so if everyone checks their effects
Good rally.
area of their character sheet, they should hopefully see that rally is there as something you can turn on.
Ooh,
If not, let me know,
mine's
and
gone
I
again.
will
yeah, it's gone.
change that.
I've got mine. Haha.
You're so happy.
Glitch is always happy. Glitch is here to serve.
Don't need one for
Service
you.
comes with a smile.
So you two don't.
Am I?
So let's apply.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
I applied it to myself. Magic.
Yep, and I
What do you mean,
applied
oh
it
my?
to the 2 you didn't have access to. And there's Featherington's. Awesome. Consider
What do you mean,
yourselves
oh
so
my?
rallied.
Rallying today is provided by Kalad flying in the air and this world's equivalent of Ride of the Valkyrie sounds like a good plan.
Do a barrel roll!
but done on a mandolin. So dong 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 dong.
Not on a bone violin.
A bone
Everything's
violin.
done
That's
the
quite
bone
a good
violin.
point, actually.
Sounded this guy with violins.
Khalad, for a moment there, as you are starting to play the tune that is so rallying your fellows, you glide up into the air, or you flap up, however you go do it, up into the air, and you suddenly realize that you're in full view and attention of the Moth Spirit. And it just seems to have tilted its head ever so slightly, and you can feel that it is regarding you fully for all of a moment. And, you slip a few notes. As you've got an audience of one all of a sudden, and it feels
Let down by the
uncomfortable.
performance.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like a blanket attention just over everything that was happening down below. All of a sudden, you've got this spirit now fully focused on yourself, and you're not sure you like the feeling.
No.
Now, let me see. But eventually, as you get your rhythm back and start focusing on the tune itself, and so doing what you usually do when you actually what you think. There's like a vague memory of like early on, like when you first started playing in front of a crowd, and it's a fleeting sensation of a memory. That moment of you're suddenly in focus for a good many people, and it's a bit whoa all of a sudden. But then you just close your eyes, breathe, and focus on the performance itself, and then you get yourself back. And you realise that the Moth Spirit isn't focusing solely on you anymore.
Oh, good.
Nevertheless, you have rallied your allies, and there is the path that leads up towards the minor chapel on the hill, backlit as it is by an ethereal blue light. A sourceless ethereal blue light. It just seems to be there, casting the chapel in shadow. So, is there anything else anybody else wants to do before you enter the chapel?
How is everyone's... Is anyone majorly hurt? Do we need to take a minute to breathe and recover?
It'd be best doing that when we aren't out in the open where... Oh, sorry, in-game. We need to keep moving. We can lick our wounds if need be when we are secure.
Please hold. Glitch is processing your really strange logic.
Father Francis
We are
looks
out
around
in
and
the
says,
open. It's not
I
defensible.
actually agree. It feels rather unnerving to be... When he looks up towards the Moth Spirit still astride the tower of the chapel. It would be a bit more comforting if we were out of... He just points. Sight.
Oh.
I think that coincides perfectly with me missing a note.
Yeah. Boing. Bows to the
well,
moth. Okay.
Geronimo?
Either the Moth Spirit doesn't notice the curtsy, or... And I'll leave that there.
Glitch is going to take a long way around that big mound because it's just creepy.
Well, pretty much it's this area is now more or less a kind of a big ragged hole of earth that was uprooted. So
Yeah, I'm going to take a big walk around that. Nope, don't trust it. Nope.
So everyone is moving into the chapel proper.
Can I turn? Is it dark over here? In which case, can I have my torch back, please?
You want to re-engage your torch?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
It's probably a good idea, actually. Let me do that. And we
Some
want
of us
a
can't be in the
nice
dark.
torchy kind of look to it. That's not what I wanted. It's this one down here.
Yay! Thank you.
Anybody else wish to engage a light source, or is glitches one sufficient? Considering you will be going into an enclosed area. No
Chirp,
comments, I assume
Chirp.
is...
Yes, it's fine.
Probably fine.
I'll take your silence as a yes.
See what
Exactly.
happens.
I will take the
Oh, wait.
silence as assent.
Wait, why am I going first? You go first.
Okay.
Glitch suddenly
Oh, you-
realizes
Oh
with
my
some
God.
concern she's at the
I
front.
can see in
Yes.
the dark. I don't mind.
I can't go too far away from the light. Remember, I'm still
Oh yeah.
afflicted.
Brendan mode again.
Not that Glitch is amused by that whatsoever, but Glitch is amused by that.
No.
Alright then. Everyone proceeds into the church. The church. I was about to activate the wrong church. Let's activate the right church. Tracy, could you please take it away?
Okay. I have a whole description from the outside, so unfortunately you're getting that too.
That's fine.
The chapel does not welcome you, but it does not turn you away either. The path leading to it is worn thin rather than lost, a hesitant line of pressed grass and uneven stones. People still come here, not in numbers, not with ease, but often enough to leave a trace, the kind of place you remember only when there is no other better option. Up close, the building holds itself together with a quiet, stubborn will. The stone walls are weathered and veined but they still stand true, refusing to bow. Moss gathers in the cracks like old scars, some of it scraped back in places where someone has tried, recently, to keep the worst of it at bay. The door hangs heavy in its frame, marked by years of use, but when you push it open, it moves cleanly, as if it understands its purpose and refuses to fail it. Inside, the air shifts. Not colder, just aware. You catch the scent of old wood and cold stone, layered with candle wax and a faint lingering ghost of incense. Beneath it, something harder to place lingers at the edges, subtle and unwelcome. Like damp earth turned too recently, like something closed away that should not have been. Light slips through the narrow windows in thin fractured beams barely touching the floor, and as it does, it catches the dust that hangs too still in the air. It doesn't quite drift. It lingers, suspended as though the room itself is holding it in place. The pews around you show their age, but not like they've been abandoned. Worn smooth, where hands have rested in prayer or quiet thought, splintered where time has begun to press too hard. A few have been repaired, clumsily but practically, with mismatched nails and rough joints. Care has been given here and there, but only enough to keep things from falling apart completely. And yet, among all of this, the altar at the back stands like a sentinel, straighter than it should, cleaner than the rest of the room allows. The cloth draped over it is simple but fresh, replaced more often than anything else in the chapel appears to have been. A few offerings resting across the top of it, dried flowers, a carved token, candle burned low to its stub. The air around it feels different when you approach. Not safer or cleaner, but as if it's resisting, holding something at bay. There are marks as you walk through the room, if you let yourself notice them. Faint scuffs along the floor that curve where footsteps shouldn't. Wax pulled in places no candle has stood. Scratches in the wood that feel less like wear and more like something testing the surface. They don't announce themselves. They reveal themselves slowly, like the chapel itself is deciding how much you're allowed to see. And the silence? It presses on you. Not the soft hush of reverence, but something heavier, as if something is listening. The kind that makes your own breath feel too loud, and your movements too intrusive. The kind that suggests something else is sharing the space, waiting without shifting. The chapel here is still used. It's still standing. Still, in its worn and stubborn way, it's trying to be what it's built to be. But something else has settled into its bones. Not enough to claim it. Not yet. But you can feel the strain in the beams when they creak without the wind. In the way the light seems to falter in certain corners as if it's having an argument with the shadows. In how the air near the altar feels like it's pushing back against something unseen. This place was made to hold something sacred. Now it holds something else alongside it. And the chapel, tired, weathered, but unyielding, is not surrendering. It's bracing, holding its ground like an old guardian with cracked bones and a steady grip, waiting to see which of them will break first. Welcome to your chapel.
How the hell am I gonna follow that?
I'm sorry, Matt. You told me to write something exciting.
Right, I'd like to introduce you to your new GM from here on in. Because I sure as shit can't follow that. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna need to go attend writing courses, and I'll be back after I've paid $600 to How to Be a Better GM course in D&D in a castle. So, yeah, we'll have to postpone till I come back. Sorry, guys, go.
We can make that out.
Tracy, that was awesome. Tracy. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Matt.
No, that was absolutely stupendous. My God. Wow. Damn. Yeah, God damn, girl. Well done. That was absolutely breathtaking, Trace. Well done. Great stuff. Right, well, what more needs to be said? Except for you can see what you can see as I change the ambience. So, you are inside. What would you like to do?
I can see a body.
I can't.
Basically, prick up ears, put nose to the wind, see if we can catch any scents apart from
Recent blood.
recent.
Very recent.
Fresh blood is on the air.
Those of you who normally have the ability to see in darkness realize that as soon as you entered into the chapel, it's back. Miss Featherington stares at the statue. The statue stares impassively back.
Love you. I love you, Featherington. Where's the blood? I can't see anything.
Not this way. Further past the pews. I think I
Father
see
Francis nervously walks up behind Khaled and Tapestry. Is it safe?
Go in front.
I cannot sense any other living things in here.
But assume it's not safe. Nowhere is
Safe
nowadays.
as it's gonna get.
Glitch isn't totally hiding behind Peter. Even though she has significantly reduced her silhouette and is hanging on directly behind
She
him.
also has the light.
Pretty much. I can't see diddly squat, so I'm trusting his eyes.
Tapestry.
No, our normal person who marches up first is attracted to the light, so I'm going to go.
I'm guessing these statues. Sorry.
I'm going to take a look at the body.
Okay.
That body.
Are all these statues the same?
The statues do appear to be the same, yes.
Would it be knowledge to try and identify it, or would that be a bit beyond
It
our
seems fairly
amnesiac
obvious.
brains?
They
A lady,
are
yeah,
statues of a lady, but they've also got wings. So the statue is more
As an angel or fairy?
It's more like a woman who is sitting on a podium with her wings outspread, and she is holding the haft of what looks like a club, a mallet, a sword. It's difficult to tell because the statue itself is quite weathered with time.
I'm going to say it's going to be, or do we realise it'd be the? I can't remember her name, but the lady that inspired the church.
Was it
a woman?
That inspired the church. It was actually a male orc who. Whose name was Luminara, I believe.
I got it wrong then. I apologise then. Okay, I swear I thought it was a woman. I am wrong. Okay.
Miss Featherington, you're quite good with bodies. Perhaps you might want to look at this. Yes. So the body on the floor, and Father Francis. Well. The moment Father Francis steps closer so that he can see what's going on, immediately gasps, runs up, and kneels down next to the body. Father Francetti! You all notice, of course, the moment you draw up, that the most telling wound is the fact that he has impaled him. He has been impaled through the chest with a rather large metal inada, which is the holy symbol of the church.
I'm totally whispering that to Miss Featherington.
Yes, isn't that the man we're looking for? Yes, indeed.
I were looking.
So Father Francis, rather horrified, looks down and says, "Such awfulness! Who would kill a priest using a holy symbol?"
Someone who wanted to blaspheme.
Would you like that in alphabetical order?
Matt,
Yo.
the statue that's on the, what I assume is the altar by here, does it look like it's supposed to be the same person as these statues?
Yes.
Okay. The tapestry is going to look at Father Francis and say, I'm not a religious person or knowledgeable about religion. Are these normal iconography for this chapel? Pointing at the statues and the altar.
Anybody who wants to try a knowledge roll is certainly welcome to do so. Otherwise, we can, of course, field the question to Father Francis. It depends.
I'd like to compare my wings against the wings of the statues.
Ooh, interesting. Let's go with hope. Okay. Take the hope either way, can I? You know what? I'm going to be devious.
Too hopeful.
I'm going to be very devious. Tracy, does the wings on the statue resemble Kalad's wings at all? Do the wings, I should say. Let's have correct grammar.
You know what? We're going to leave this to fate. Odd is no, even is yes.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yes, they do. Uh-oh.
Interesting. So just remind everybody, Davis, what Kalad's wings look like.
Kalad's wings are large and almost bat-like.
No.
Do they have eyes on them?
And they are covered in ice.
Therefore, rather than feathered wings on these statues, they are in fact bat-like wings with eyes.
Imagine you're looking at a peacock's spread on large bat-like wings.
Cool. That's a lot less creepy than what my brain was putting together.
Sorry, I was going Fantasia type thing with that one and went, I've not put enough words in there.
I always thought wings were more like biblically accurate angels, kind of.
What, multiple wings sprouting out of the same shoulder joint kind of thing?
Yeah, just like
With
that
eyes
kind of
on
multiple eyes. Yeah.
Well, now we've had that cleared up. Thank you, Davis.
Different ones, different people.
So, yes, those of you familiar with the iconography of the Radiant Church will see enough similarities around the place. I mean, the Inada that's now unfortunately sticking out of Father Franzetti's chest, and an Inada hanging from the ceiling above the, what you imagine is the altar at the end there. But, yes, the statuary is more feminine, therefore suggesting a more feminine aspect of the Radiant one. The Radiant One is often referred to as a he, but Father Francis can tell you. The Radiant One can sometimes be depicted in a more feminine form, but since we tend to pray to the Radiant One as a protective father figure, the majority of the iconography of the Radiant Church suggests more of a male aspect, but it's never actually solidified in scripture, one way or the other. But it does seem to be very specific, doesn't it?
What about the roots coming out of the walls and the floor around it?
Yes, that is unusual. Now, I hasten to note, Gallard spoke up. Iconography and symbology are important to religion. Ritualism is exactly what religion is for. How do some other... Nobody else...
Does he still have his heart?
It doesn't look like anyone has excised any organs or anything. It's a complete puncture.
Not for long.
Well, being so close up to it, Gallard,
Well,
though,
if nobody else is using it.
I will allow you to notice that Father Franzetti's hands are both covered in an extraordinary amount of blood, and there are sharp indentations along the inside of his palms, especially because the body feels like it's been recently dead. As such, your best guess would be possibly self-inflicted wound.
Is there iconography of the older ways in the church?
Interestingly enough, it seems so, and it's brought into sharp relief by the fact that Glitch is now standing in that area, and the torchlight is playing across all these stone-etched figures and scenarios carved into the stonework. Glitch, now that you are stood there, your fascination with how things are constructed, what you do notice is that the stonework, the layout of the brickwork in this section is different from the rest of the chapel. The rest of the chapel has the brickwork set evenly, precisely, whereas in this specific section, the stonework is a bit more, not random, but different sized stones have been used to make the brickwork. And even the coloration of the stone is slightly different, suggesting that this portion of the chapel, is older.
Okay.
Perhaps from a building that was here first.
I'm gonna guess that somewhere where this step is, that you can tell where it goes from slightly rough to
Exactly.
very smooth. Okay.
A lot of the iconography along the walls... Pardon me, go on.
Is this altar here the same... does it have the same sort of feel about being older?
Yes. No, it has trappings that you've seen, like in the Cathedral of the Radiant Church that Father Hawk manages. You can see the trappings of the Radiant Church, their holy book, a scepter of office, a rough one, looks like it hasn't been used in absolutely ages, and an offerings bowl. But they seem all a bit too new, a bit out of place. Looks. You were going to say something, Alex? Yes. Sorry.
No. Continue. If you're still going, I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Miss Featherington, looks the paperwork on the pew. That looks like an old hymn sheet. Rather crumbling one. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
Right, Alex's work brain's kicked in. Peter's just going around and just slowly, every now and again, just lightly, like, not stomp hard, but just enough just to hear the sound. Because I was realising if it's on a separate level, and that's the original, let's see if this is the original floor or if it was added on. There's potentially, like, older type of places of worship sometimes also had things on the floor or carved into the original stone flooring. So if this isn't the original flooring and therefore the steps have been added in, that means potentially something's underneath this that could relate to the original worship practices in this part of the church.
Interesting.
Chapel.
Okay. Peter Tapestry, help me move this stuff out of the way. This part doesn't match the rest. So, yeah, Peter and Tapestry can do that, whilst Peter is also tapping the floor with his foot. Sounds solid all the way underneath, but with your increased hearing, what you notice is as you start tapping the floor and you get closer to the altar, you can hear what sounds like an empty space inside the base of the altar.
It's hollow. It's like start tapping the actual altar itself, but loud enough so other people can hear it.
So since you've got like a
giddy.
Tapestry wants to look at the sort of are these roots coming from underneath the hollow?
Yes, they're carved of stone though, so it's an actual
right. So they actually
relief.
should be here. So this
Interestingly
whole place
enough,
is
though, as you look at it, you can start to notice motifs that you remember seeing in the tavern.
So place feels, or this area feels like veneration of nature, which or in various guises, which might match what we saw in the tavern.
Start looking around on the altar, unless someone else wants to step in. Is looking for something that could be like a switch or a hinge or something that could be used to open, or something that's out of place. Given what it looks like, it's probably obviously made to look like something that's going to be a hidden switch or some sort.
Search, scramble, get giddy.
Lightly tapping the base of the altar. Eventually, you come across a. Let me think. What is the name of the part of your brain that looks like? Ooh, the word of the thing's actually gone away from my brain. God damn it. The pineal gland. So a pine cone.
There you go. Aha!
Okay.
A pine cone that looks like it can be depressed inwards.
Cool.
Point out to Glitch. Can you check the mechanism isn't trapped, maybe, as you are good with your fingers?
You're going to ask Glitch to check. Okay, Glitch is just going to poke it.
I mean, Peter isn't a builder or any kind of craftsman. She takes and puts things together. He's seen this. Yeah. Therefore, it makes sense to have a look at it.
He's going to push it.
That's fine. He was just maybe not prepared for the enthusiasm.
You're also more of an inquisitive
soul,
investigative soul, whereas Glitch is going to go, ooh, shiny.
Yep, you're just literally there going, ooh, it's a press.
So press is the pine cone, and it slots in, and there is the sound of a latch, a stone latch going up, and part of the middle motif seen on the base of the altar slides inwards, allowing you to push it open a little further. There is indeed an empty space inside of the altar that contains a pair of very old-looking books, a ritual knife, and a carved wooden bowl.
She will pass those off to someone else while she explores how the heck they made this work. Come back later.
A simple switch and a simple push latch. Elegant in its simplicity.
Yes.
But I love the fact that she just throws the contents of the thing out. So Father Francis comes running in and catches the books, skids on his knees to power slides in to catch the books.
Try and catch the bowl with knife.
Yep.
How's this work? These are in the way. Yeet, yeet, yeet.
Gallowmoor will just casually glance over his shoulder while carving a symbol onto the heart.
Okay.
Nice.
So in order to pull the heart out, you would have had to have pulled out the Inada that had impaled him. and he had managed to cleave his heart in two, pretty much. So it's still attached via the... Ooh.
Stringy bits.
The actual name of the articles the best. It comes to the V, I think. Thank you. It's still attached by that lot, so you do have to actually cut and carve it out, but it's like a... He completely opened his heart, cut his heart completely in half. But now that you look, Gala, you notice that his other hand had fallen and his head is looking in the direction of the altar. It's almost like his hand is part pointing.
Wait, you said books?
Yeah, 2 books.
Well, see if we just... can you read them? Are they in the common tongue, Father? Sorry, I'm losing my accent then.
That's fine.
Are they in the common tongue, Father? Can you read them?
I can read this one, and he holds one open. It appears to be some kind of dictionary.
How to read the other, then, perhaps. A guide for one. A guide for the other, even.
Looks like translations of Old Elvish. And then opens the other book. Oh my, yes, now I see why.
Why? Why?
Because this other book is written entirely in Old Elvish.
Oh.
But it looks like someone made annotations in the dictionary.
Someone wrote in the book? Oh my goodness.
There's no pictures, it's kind of a bad book.
Well, the Elvish tome does have many pictures, many diagrams, and many depictions. A lot of them appear to be based around nature worship, would be your best interpretation, based just on the images in there alone. There's a lot of iconography to do with plants and beasts, and they all seem to come around to essentially be mapped out according to which spirits have domain over them, or in another way, which spirits are associated with different plants and different animals and different elements.
Is there anything in there about the plant we need?
This
At all?
slightly confusing, as we were starting to, Willie Summers, think maybe the Father was keeping these rites to appease these spirits. But if that was the case, why would he kill himself?
Wait, he killed
What
himself?
did he... that was the impression, wasn't it? It was the wounds are self-inflicted with the Anada,
Yes.
wasn't it? Yeah. The wounds are self-inflicted. The Anada.
Miss Featherington, I didn't notice, holds out hands towards Father Francis. Where's she at? In a way to help him get to his feet, or...
Take the books
For the
off.
book.
and
Take
read
the
through.
books off. Okay,
I think
that's fine.
Rugby hand's booked.
Okay. So, Featherington can take one or more of the books.
Now that she's got it, and Peter's just said that, can she flick through to see if there's a picture of the moth and just present it to the rest of the group?
There certainly is. There's also a lot of writing underneath it. It appears to be laid out in the kind of fashion that you would see prose, as it were. Laid out very organized in a fashion that could be viewed as like couplets or whatnot. So, images, chief phrases, maybe, perhaps even a ritual text. Presents the moth picture to the rest of the group, does Miss Featherington, and then points at the body.
It's a bit late to sacrifice him.
What Miss Featherington and anyone who does look at the Elvish book does realise is that amongst the text there are small depictions of figures performing certain actions, maybe? It's not entirely certain. They seem to not be static, they appear to be in motion, but there appears to be an individual holding a knife, and there is a cow beside them, and another individual appears to be holding a bowl underneath the cow.
Miss Featherington, are you suggesting he tried to enact the ritual himself, but without the items?
No, I think this is from what you're saying, this looks like more of a didn't want to transform, didn't want to be used by something else against his will. But this is a funny place to do the act. You thought I'd put a bit further up.
Points at Peter.
He doesn't
Maybe
look
they're
as
right.
much of a moth as Feathers and Peter do at the moment.
Quite.
Glitch
raises her hand.
Yes, Glitch.
That thing, look, there's a cow in there. We're missing a cow.
I think maybe he was the cow.
That's why I'm confused, because if he could read the book and he's pointing to the altar, then that means he would have known to use the knife at least.
Unless it was too late for the cow.
Maybe someone stopped him using the knife.
He used the thing on himself.
Did he willingly use it on himself, or did something make him use it on himself? Because you seem... You're definitely
yes.
sure he did it to himself, but was it willing?
Miss Featherington nods at your last statement.
The he's willing part?
Seems like he was reaching out towards the altar.
Matt, is there a pen on the table?
There is
It's
not,
not
I'm afraid. Oh, over there.
Well, no,
sorry.
it was-
Let's go with yes, more than likely.
There's plenty of blood on the floor.
I was gonna say, I think she nodded when you said about, I think, to stop him from changing. He took his life instead of changing. Is that
What's he
correct?
going to change into? I think I've missed something very important.
There's no moth signs that I could see while I was stealing his heart.
Oh, Miss Featherington's writing something.
Yes, there's the sound of quill on paper. Scratching away.
Furiously scribing.
Glitch, shut them up.
So wait a second, intersects Father Francis. Are we suggesting that Father Franzetti killed himself on church
wounds
grounds
are
to prevent
The
something?
wounds are
Yes.
self-inflicted. How to perform the ritual, he did what he thought was right to resolve the crisis and appease the spirit. Possibly, but if he knew about the
I think
book,
he just didn't have a cow.
as I say, if he knew about the book, then he would have been able to read it. That's why I was confused.
I'm pretty sure it was too late and he didn't have a cow, and he's used whatever he could find as a source of blood.
Well, that may be, but this looks like... Well, I would hasten to guess, I could be wrong, of course, but anyone who is a member of the church wouldn't scribble notes in an important book. One would hope, anyway. So,
I would.
well, pardon my assumption then. But, if Father Franzetti, as knowledgeable as we assume he was about this ritual, then it's no wonder it didn't work. He was missing a very key component.
A cow.
Well, the bowl.
Oh.
And
It's
the
on the
knife.
floor.
Well, one
It's on
the floor, but-
assumes-
It's on the floor because we took it out of where it was hidden.
Yes, and that's my point. If he wanted to enact the ritual, then why were the ritual implements still hidden away, rather
That
than
was
out
what
where
I
he would
said.
use them?
That is why I was.
Yes,
confused.
so I'm agreeing with you, Sir Peter.
Well, maybe he stabbed himself to stop something. Finding the ritual bowl?
But then why, with his dying breath, point to it?
Good point.
Unless we aren't alone in here and something...
We're not alone in here. There's a thing on the roof.
I meant more than that. Because to do that, he took his life either to stop something but leave a clue. Or a piece of the knife.
I do actually
Maybe the thing
agree.
can't touch the altar.
Well, I do partially
Can you
agree
not
with
feel
what Miss
it's better
Featherington
over here?
wrote. He did not know how to perform the ritual. He did what he thought was right to resolve the crisis and appease the spirits. Maybe it's not the crisis
Fine.
we are thinking of.
Maybe he did it to buy time.
Either way, continues Father Francis, the spirit, I do believe, is still up on the roof of this chapel, which means one of two things. Either Father Franzetti attempted the ritual and got it wrong, and therefore the Moth Spirit is still around, or the Moth Spirit has not been appeased and therefore it's still here.
What if something... what if the ghosts that still haunted this place drove him
Miss Featherington said,
to kill himself? Those of the heretics that rose up from the hanging.
The ritual must be completed in order to appease, says Featherington. I would hastily agree, remarks Father Francis.
In the book, does it say the life has to be given or just blood?
He starts to comb through the translation and tries to cross-reference with the book that Miss Featherington is holding. So
because
he's trying to get them both
three
to
of
work
us
together.
can bleed. 4 of us, including yourself.
Who got what knowledge rolls before?
17. You got 17 and 16 and
11.
11. I am trying to avoid the obvious conclusion of a life must be given if enough of us could put together or part of one instead of one person giving all.
that's actually a good idea, Galar.
Gathers the hole and starts to remove sheet from the sheet from Franzetti.
Because it's dressed, unless we can... I think the idea is to use his blood.
Yep.
If we still can.
As long as it's cut with the knife, it might still count. You never know.
As I said, it depends if it's blood
Cow
or
appears
it's
to be
alive.
alive in this depiction. So you could take that as...
Need a cow. Need to find a cow.
Or the cow represents a sacrifice of some sort.
No, Glitch is convinced it needs to be a cow at this point.
What
You
about
have
a
no
moth?
Oh, they don't
Nope,
bleed,
not
I'm
cow.
pretty sure. So
The one upstairs might. Let's give it a go.
well, Father Francis looks in. He looks in Tapestry's direction, then looks in Calad's direction, and lingers on Calad a little longer.
Divine
Looks at the statue, then looks at Calad.
of blood of an angel.
I mean, one would assume, hopefully, that someone with obvious divine connection maybe wouldn't have to give all of their blood, maybe just a bit.
I say
Featherington
it's
attempts to cut his own
worth it.
flesh in order to bleed you. Yeah. Go on, sorry.
I mean,
yeah.
that's gonna actually in her condition. That's gonna be hurting a lot. I say hurting, causing a lot more damage than intended. I imagine.
Glitch is yelling at you now.
Yeah, you moth.
You're a moth.
But if we could do this, could you enact the ritual with the not paraffin.
Yes, actually. We've got the book. According to what Miss Featherington picked out from the book, or the Elvish one, I think she's probably onto a winner there. We just need to... Now, here's the thing. We've got a translation, but does the translation still work? Does the ritual still work if the words are the common translation, or do we have to speak it in the same original Elvish language?
Can we speak it in the original Elvish?
Well, there's
Just
directions for the phonetics. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would take a bit of... It would take a bit of time to do. We'd have to...
That's it here.
I mean,
He is
Miss Featherington did point out quite right that there are sheafs of paper lying around. We could use that. Those.
Okay. So what if Khalad tried to talk about it? Because, I mean, he does look very similar to the statue over here on the altar.
Well, I'd be more than happy to do it if other folks wanted me to actually conduct the ritual. I'd be more than happy to try that. I just need help translating the text correctly so that we can make sure we get
Let's have a look.
phonetically correct. I would like anyone who wants to give us a knowledge check, but of course this is up Khalad's street, as it were, so...
Can I throw an experience in on that one?
Such as?
Bard.
I mean, what are your experiences?
Well, a wordsmith, possibly.
Ooh, a critical success from Peter. Nice. With
You guys
fear
have a +1 for knowledge.
from... So, the critical success from Peter means gain a hope, lose a stress.
I have full hope and I have no stress.
Okay.
Gonna give it a go. Bitch is gonna hashtag not help.
How much fear can we give the DM? All of it.
All of it.
All the fear.
How this works, don't you know?
Okay. So, Peter somehow becomes the best individual at helping pick out where things. So, yeah.
You have to be able to study what you hunt.
Exactly, sure. And so, with Khalad using his wordsmith expertise to try and point out phonetics, along with Glitch just making a general referential guide.
Khalad heals hit point.
Because I imagine Glitch is more looking for the similar symbols to match and then therefore piece together where the translation is and therefore phonetically spell it out. So between the three of you, you do manage to put it together. This takes about an hour or so with everyone else essentially kicking their heels. But for some reason...
Short rest.
Well, yes. If you want to take a short rest, you can. But only those who are otherwise not doing the translation.
I was saying, let's give the DM more fear, but then I notice he's already full up.
Like, let's not.
Do have a quick rules question.
Sure. Sean, stand by.
Does this apply when we actually do the ritual? Because we're trying to impress a god or a spirit?
After you make an action roll to impress, persuade, or offend someone. Right, you can choose. You can spend a hope to add D4. Okay.
More of a DM.
I was going to say you're helping with this, so you can't. What are you trying to do?
We're prepping the translation, so I'm talking about what we do when we actually do the ritual.
Okay. Okay.
Right, we all get a short rest, don't we?
Those of you who are doing the ritual thing. No, you don't.
Don't.
You are working.
We're
I'm
effectively
busy.
doing prepare for both actions. Got it.
Shan't, I'm busy.
Yeah, my preparation is I'm just going to carry on carving the heart and make sure the symbol's finished.
Okay. That's no problem. All right. So. So, the way the ritual is going to go is essentially like you expect it to. Whoever is going to be leading the ritual, Father Francis, will be speaking aloud the words that you have assembled, that you believe is what it comprises the ritual needed to appease the spirit. This will require the name of the spirit be uttered. And so a certain amount of ritual cleansing is required for the space. So Father Francis suggests giving it a light brush over. And everyone, according to the text, has to meditate for a moment to consider the proper ritual to come. The fact that it is a the fact that the moth is representation of that in-between time between dark and light to dark, and therefore straddles both lines. And so, of course, we also come to the fact that somebody is going to need to donate their blood, which is going to need to be ritualistically taken by using the knife to cut a wound, and they're going to need to bleed into the bowl.
Never been so happy to not be able to bleed in my life.
So whoever's
it's gonna go really badly wrong, but I'll still do it.
So whoever's volunteering to be the one to offer their blood is going to mark a hit point that they cannot absorb via armor. I went very Welsh there for a second. So Father Francis does apologise. I am sorry.
Who's getting stabbed?
So Calad. And so
I'm so happy.
Father Francis holds up the bowl after he puts the ritual knife back down on the altar and holds up the bowl, but then asks somebody to hold up the words he needs to speak next to him so that he can say them whilst holding on to the bowl.
Get it!
So with torch in one hand and paper in the other, Father Francis turns to face the rest of the chapel and starts to incant the words. The moment the ritual starts, you hear a thump, 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 thump. Father Francis is trying his level best not to pay any attention to that. The rest of you, though, do not necessarily need to concentrate, and what you notice is that the windows are now having moths suddenly not slam into them, they're just landing. Moths are landing on the window, spreading their wings, and just appear to be looking in. You don't know why, but you gain the impression of sudden interest. Focused interest. And then, of course,
don't like this.
Father Francis utters the prime line, which is the main appeal to the specific spirit, and he utters the name Ihuthrush, in which case there is a slight vibration on the air, and I need everybody to give me a roll against short-term madness.
What's that?
For those of you who don't remember, that is a reaction roll using either knowledge or instinct. Miss Featherington, who is refusing that roll. Give me 1 second, actually. I need to check something. Madness. We call it.
Ooh, nice tapestry.
Yay!
Critical on a 5. How'd you get a critical on a 5?
Because it's
I-
got
3.
Decided to roll that as a disadvantage because I'm part of the ritual and my blood's involved in this. It doesn't feel fair to actually pass.
Me, it was because I've on both of my dice came up as Matt's favourite number, 7.
So I rolled badly.
Oh dear.
You roll better than Galad.
Yeah, but you got a crit though,
You've got
so
a
you
crit, you're
beat
fine.
me.
You are absolutely fine. So, I
You've got
am
magic
looking
immortal words.
at
Great.
short-term madness of what?
You've still got the moth one, don't you,
Okay.
Alex, actually?
So, Calad, you
that's
are
not-
fine.
Let's say
Tapestry,
reputation.
you are okay. Peter,
Ah,
Galar, Glitch, you're okay. So, Galar and Peter. Now, bearing in mind, how many short-term madnesses have Galar and Peter had thus far?
None.
None?
One.
One. Okay.
I think I've had
so
none.
This will be Peter's first and Galar's second within a 48-hour space. Miss Featherington, however, we'll get to that.
we're not going to go into that one.
I'm trying to think of somewhere where I can record how many madnesses I have.
Yeah, so
I'll
somewhere...
put mine in the biography in background.
Yeah. So let's go to Peter first. Your short-term madness.
Yes, second.
Your posture crumples as you try to make sense of the insanity before you. 41
By
to
insanity
50.
before you, here he means Miss Featherington.
Ooh, you become incredibly
Wow.
skittish. When you are the target of an attack or an effect that requires you to make an agility reaction roll, you gain a temporary bonus of 1 to your evasion.
Oh yeah. I am the speed.
That was for Peter.
Okay.
That was for Peter.
Says
Peter got
Gallowmoor on mine.
I
Peter
was
got the note
I
one.
clicked on you.
I think Matt has
Yeah,
Gallop.
you're rolling as me.
I clicked on you, not rolling as you. I was checking your biography to see if you'd written them down, but no. That was for Peter, I'm afraid. For you, you get... Your posture crumples as you try to make sense of the same anatomy. Okay,
Excellent.
back we go! If it's the same result, it's not. You desperately look for a parental figure that can protect you.
Not
Once you
this
find
again.
such a person, you latch onto them and refuse to leave their side, no matter what.
Well,
Here we go
it's
again.
nearest.
No, I can't.
We'll go on for the
No,
next
I was going to say,
scene, more or
given the
less.
religious background, wouldn't that be Father Francis?
That's up to Sean to determine.
Glitch is closest, clearly responsible.
Not again.
Okay. So just make a note somewhere on your character sheet that you have suffered a short-term madness, and maybe a little note to remind yourself of what it is. Mostly for Galar, it's a flavor thing, it's an RP thing. For Peter, you actually have an effect, so look out for anything that requires agility reaction rolls, because you will gain a bonus. In the meantime, yes, Father Francis wavers a little as there's a sudden increase in pressure, almost in the whole chapel as the name is uttered, and all of a sudden there's a but as even more moths start to appear at the windows. Flurries of them now, and you can see even between the gaps where the moths aren't filling the spaces, there are moths fluttering all around, almost like they're flying in a circle, a cyclone of them circling around the exterior of the chapel.
I don't like this. Are we doing it right? Are you sure you're doing this right, Father? Because the moth seem very angry.
Father Francis looks in Glitch's direction, and you can see he's trying to direct a bit of a glare in your direction, but wants to keep the rhythm going. But as he's about to say something, he notices, and you do too, that the paper he's holding, the paper that Glitch is holding, is starting to flutter, as if there's a draft. And you all feel the temperature of the chapel get colder.
I'm very sure the moth is angry now. Very, very, very sure. In fact, could someone please pull a sword out?
Your enhanced hearing hears a creak. Not a creak of wood. Not a creak of wooden frames in windows bowing under the
It's the
weight.
timbers of the ceiling, isn't it?
It's not the timbers of the ceiling.
Oh, thank.
It's the sound of tendons moving. As, with a jerk, Father Franzetti sits up.
No.
He's come back for his heart.
He's not come back.
He turns
There's a
his
reason
head
I tried to destroy that
slowly
corpse.
in everyone's direction, but he is looking, from the way he's sat, the person he looks at is Peter. Franzetti's flesh hadn't yet become decayed, but as you look at it, the pallor of the corpse, as it is now sat up, becomes a horrid grey. The cheeks sink in.
Does it have the same balefire in its eyes?
It's, yes. Green balefire awakens in its eyes, and it starts to float upwards as the mouth distends into an angry, horrific wail.
Gone, heretic!
And yes, it starts to rise up to the floor, but as it from the floor, but as it does, a wind starts to build up around the floating body as the robes billow somewhat, but random bits of detritus scattered about the place start to lift and get caught up in this swirling air current. Some of the papers start to drift around. Pieces of dust, maybe bits of stone, now start to get lifted up as they circle around, and the spirit, animating the corpse, the mouth opens and closes, but not in perfect synchronization with the voice that echoes around the entire interior of the cathedral. Heresy. Ancient spirits. Blasphemy in a church. How ironic. The Radiant Church allows the veneration of spirits that came before it. Hypocrites. Savages. This one, Franzetti, was too weak. He could not deny me for long. But when I felt the presence of more savages at the door, he took his own life rather than be my puppet. Coward. And now you would bring back their foul gods. No, the king denies this. The king will not let you bring more blasphemy into his city. I will see you dead first.
We will send you to your king. We denounce you, heretic.
Technically, we're the heretic.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's just definitely our job right now.
No, speaking we're not worshipping this, but he's speaking out against the Radiant Church, so he would be a heretic. We would technically be heathens, worshipping the separate religion.
I need the
Minor
technical
bureaucrat. Your presence is not required here.
Oh, but it is, little bard. The king commands it, and
I'm just going to
Which
swing at
little
this
king?
point.
stronger than you think. He
I'm
backs
just
away.
going to swing.
As you
Yeah,
swing,
that's
though, you hear, just as you're about to swing, you hear a crack, crack, crunch, rumble of stone as the statues suddenly come to life and stand up.
I just realised if you had pictures of the ones from Legacy of Kain, Defiance, given how we've now been described and what they look like, that would have been quite eerily close to what the description we got earlier.
So as those who have got Syrinscape can tell, you can hear the rumble of thunder
Yeah.
going on outside. So, I am going to throw
I'll
this.
tapestry the bright side of life every time.
Good for them.
What are the
Statues have taken on a new identity as living things. For them.
See, inanimate statues get it. Why can't the rest of you?
I mean, I have a question, guys. Is it only those two and not the other one? Because those two are newer. I'm feeling like a yes.
It's what's linked to their religion. rather than
Also, could somebody please shoot the zombie in the face?
What happened to that gun that I gave you? You shoot it.
I'm currently holding the paperwork, which I'm happy to hand
actually-
across, and then I'll shoot him if you want.
So what you're saying is you're aiding the best in these blasphemy he's going on about.
Yeah, the blasphemy hands right all over that.
Oh yeah, I can see the blasphemy, but where are the hands? You're doing it wrong.
Holding the book.
See, I mean, at this distance, I could just break out the cleaver version and just like lamp him in the face with it.
As I decide on your own, Ted.
Hey, Mr. Grouchy Pants. Indeed.
Excuse me, exactly. I just need to fix what's going on with the sound.
Oh no.
What's wrong with it?
The drums. The drums in the deep.
Much drummage.
I thought it was intentional. I just kind of liked it.
Okay. So Peter and Miss Featherington have both requested the spotlight. Who would like to concede to go first?
Thank you, Evie. I'm
Right.
presuming the possessed bodies at ground level, or is it actually a few feet up?
Floating, but not so far out of reach yet.
Actually, I'm still within melee range, so I don't even have to move yet. Let's test out this improvement to the axe. I will pay the hope to try and make it vulnerable. Have I already used my dedication? Yes, I have. Solid, I really want to hit this guy.
Interesting.
Hello?
Yep. Okay, so 22 with fear.
So I don't get the additional d6 unless it's a miss.
When a PC rolls with fear, lose a hope.
Okay. Oh, sound just gave out. There we are. Is the sound breaking up a little bit for anyone, or is this me?
Just you.
Something so strange is going on. Okay, so that was a legitimate hit. Roll damage.
It had the button click for brutal and give me the extra dice.
Let's see. Gave you brutal. A successful attack, you may roll additional damage. Drop the lowest result. Did it not?
No.
Yeah, it only rolled one. Right. That should be an automatic.
Yeah.
Roll another D8 then, I suppose. Unless they haven't automated it. That's a shame. I had hoped they would. A 6 or a 2? Well, gee willikers.
Take the 6, so that would be 7.
Don't you get to reroll your 2s?
Yes, but I automatically get a reroll with the dice. Because of the thing I got.
So that was going to be your forceful push, so you can push him up to close range. So knock him away. Alrighty. Cool. Back he goes. That was a
Bye, Mr.
roll
Zombie.
with fear, so I am going to take that fear. And let me see. I am going to first of all. Okay. Something else I had to do, which was create a countdown. The ritual. This countdown works a little differently than countdowns I have given you before. It is for this encounter. No. So, whenever someone has to enact the ritual, which will be Father Francis for the moment. Every time Father Francis or whoever enacts the ritual, whenever these rituals successfully enacted, it will count down. Your aim is to get the counter down to 0. Essentially. So this is a good countdown. This is the kind of countdown you want. Now then, Peter is going to be the target of the retaliatory attack. So I am going to spend a fear as he lifts you off the floor and hurls you directly backwards, impacting the altar as you go. Which means you take 10 damage from being hurled backwards with force and beating a wall.
Okay. Do we get a chance to take it on the armor?
Yes. Because that will certainly dent the armor taking that kind of impact, so yes.
It's not come up with the thing, that's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah. Must not have pressed the button, my pardon. Alright. I am going to spend a fear because he can be spotlighted twice in the same turn. So I am then going to...
fear too.
I'm then going to have him move in to there. And I'm going to... You know what? Glitch is holding the paper for the ritual. That needs to stop.
I'd like a second opinion, please!
That needs to stop. And I'm going to add an experience of insane fanaticism to it. I get an 18. That hits.
Oh, give me a second.
Glitch and the paper
Hang on.
gets struck. Glitch gets struck, therefore the paper that she's holding. So I am going to deal that damage.
I'm gonna roll this.
Right, you reduce the damage down by 4 to make it a 10, which means that is still major damage for you, so you can negate one of them on armor, but you still have to take a you still have to mark a hit point. Even
That's
if
fine.
you do take it on armor.
Okay.
And because I successfully attacked you,
Ugh.
gain a fear.
I've got it to like 3 HP. I wanted to take
You
one
didn't.
on
You're
armor.
not supposed to have marked 3 hit points. No.
Okay, so I wanted one there.
There you
and,
are.
one on the armor.
That's right.
Did my paper survive?
You're
no,
still
I
holding
didn't.
on to the paper, but that means that it's going to be difficult for Father Francis to keep that part of the whatever going. But there we are. That was 2 actions from Franzetti. Featherington has requested the spotlight. Featherington gets it.
Are these windows?
Those are windows, yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to do manipulate magic twice. Take 2 stress.
Okay.
To do hit an additional target within range. Both windows are in far range, and so is he. Well, he's in close range.
So you're going to strike a window.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Okay,
trying to
and
let
the
the
moths
moths in?
I am trying to let the moths in.
Interesting.
Ah. Are we thinking the moth might be backer? I like
Yes.
cavalry.
Scent of madness for an experience.
If you want to, since you are
Well,
manipulating
I've just
reality.
and you've also not rolled
Oh,
my
I'm not giving you
my,
your wrong. Thank you.
my
Thank you.
insanity.
Jeez, Louise, no. We are moving from, because rather than give you a... How many short-term madnesses have you had?
I'm at 4 now.
This will be your 4th, so you don't take a short-term madness, you take a long-term madness. Let's see what it is. Did it not roll? It rolled. The Eldritch Truth reveals itself to you. 81 to 50. Fascinated by what lies beyond. Whenever you notice or hear of something of eldritch nature, you drop whatever you're doing to inquire more about it and attempt to get closer to it, physically or otherwise.
I think the moths are eldritch.
You want to get closer
Well,
to the moths?
Oh,
You're
no.
attached to the one sitting upstairs, so.
Your
So
logic
make a
is
note
sound.
of that. That is a really good shot. That is a 24 with hope. Take the hope. Roll damage. That is a big hit, and Franzetti recoils as a result of it.
Megatron transforms.
Yeah, do the windows blow out as well? Or blow in?
That window does, so I'm going to mark that
I
window.
targeted 2 windows.
2
I spent
windows.
2 stress. So this one here as well is in far range.
Alrighty. Some moths do flutter in, but there's a vortex around Father Franzetti that pushes them away for the moment. Galar, because the last one was a roll with hope. Galar gets spotlight.
I attempt to make him sparkle. This thing's direction. Take the advantage while I can. I'm going to swing and try and break the statue, I think.
Okay, swing and try and break a statue. Fine. Statue shouldn't be hard to hit to miss.
Just jinx that one.
I know, I'm awful. That actually is a 14
miss
with
succeeds.
hope. So that is a hit. Roll damage. Roll damage. That is a 10. Which does damage to the... Why the Sean Connery accent, man? Big hit. Now, you used the spear one-handed. Okay, cool. Big old jab. Big chunk gets knocked off of the statue. I am going to, even though that was a roll with hope, is Galar moving anywhere?
She can't. She's attached to her parental figure.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
why did I get moved as well, by the way?
Why did you get moved?
I don't know.
Where have you gone?
I'm under Gala.
You're under Galar.
No, no,
No, you're not.
It's like when I clicked the down button. Yeah, when I clicked Galar, when I clicked feathers, it pointed me to Galar. I'm like, oh.
Okay, I'm going to spend a fear and jump in here. Father Franzetti, as he takes that impact from Miss Featherington, as well as the windows, looks around and then seems to stare in Father Francis's direction, who is still trying to read out the ritual, and Franzetti just opens his jaw wide and goes, "No!" And after spending that fear, Father Francis chokes on the words he's trying to get out, doubles over. But when he comes back up again, his eyes are now a different colour. As he tosses the bowl aside, and is now looking to make for the paper of the ritual being currently held by Glitch.
Oh, hell no, he's getting punched in the face. Get off my paper.
Khalad has now requested the spotlight. I'm giving Khalad the spotlight.
Right, my original plan was to get Francetti to keep chanting and then pinch the paper and see if I can carry on myself. But I think Glitch or someone is going to have to handle the Francetti problem, but Glitch, can I have that paper?
Abso-flippin'-lutely. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to hop over here and continue the ritual.
Cool. I would like you please to make me... Presence seems most apt, since you are making a performance.
Yep. I don't put a rally dice in at the moment, but yeah, throw it back. I've got the hope to spend.
Nice, that is a 17 with hope. Take a hope back.
Very much.
That is a success. So the countdown gets knocked down. Cool. But that will be all you can do.
Yep.
That was with hope. Glitch is wanting the spotlight. Glitch gets the spotlight. What you doing?
I'm going to move around him, so I'm next to Khalad, sorry. And then I'm going to push him away, because I need him away from...
I would like you to give me a strength check if you're just going to push him.
I'm not doing it with that, I'm doing it with my whip.
Do with your whip? Oh, alright, okay.
There's a thing on it I can use to push people away.
Clever.
I'm just find it. Mark a stress to crack the whip and force all adversaries within melee range back to close range.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that if that's alright.
Mark a stress then.
1 stress mark.
Uh-huh.
And I would like to push everyone within melee range that's an adversary, which is 1 person, back to close range, please.
Let's try and move him. Alright, there we go. So you crack out the whip, yank his legs out from under him so he goes rolling down the stairs and comes up next to the possessed Father Franzetti. So the two possessed
That is the plan.
are in the same general locale. So you moved, you took your action, cool.
Yep.
I am going to spend
This would be the
fear
perfect time.
to put the spotlight. The statue has slow. The statue, with a slow, ponderous movement, sets its feet and winds back with the weapon in its hands and is getting ready to launch a big old hit. Meanwhile, I'm also going to spend another fear to highlight the other one. highlight, spotlight, the other one, if I can. There we go. As it starts to move ponderously up the aisle. Who would like the spotlight? Tapestry wants the spotlight. Let's go for Tapestry.
Okay. Tapestry is going to move into the shadows. This stair or whatever it is makes in the corner, and then he is going to it's part of his movement shadow step.
Right, you are.
Basically, he is going to shadow step over by here to make himself cloaked in darkness.
Alright then.
Okay. But he is not going to attack. He's going to try something, but he needs to go from darkness next turn. Essentially, he's remembering what was said earlier about the moth representing the darkness becoming light.
Interesting. I like it.
Okay.
Seeing as you're choosing not to do anything, let's spend another fear so I can spotlight Father Franzetti again. Since no one was jumping on for the spotlight. Do I want to? No, I don't think I do. Let's see. Well, Calad's the one who's got the ritual paper now, so he's rather upset at you for that. He's going to attack. As he picks up something and flings it, but you... Oh, no, it does actually hit you. Which means...
Nope.
Aha! Marcus Strass gained 2 to your evasion. Nice. Very good.
Can I just see Calad reading and just like moving his head like, yeah.
No,
So
I'm reading, I'm chanting. He throws something at me. Clap swings once, lands back down, carries on reading.
Loving it.
Right, so who hasn't gone? Everybody has had at least one turn, haven't they?
I think so. Yeah.
So back
I think
around. Miss
everyone
Featherington
has,
has
yeah.
requested the spotlight. Miss Featherington gets it. What would Miss Featherington like to do? Replenish your Unleash Chaos. Okay.
Spend 1 more stress. Spend 1 more stress. Oh look, there's another set of windows in far range. This one here, and this one here. And he's still in range. Oh, is that nice?
Feel the condescension. It's like they don't like him or something.
Oh, the Emirates can't. I'm going to recharge 2, please.
More moths are getting in though. Let me hastily make a point of that. There are now moths starting to flutter around the place. They are getting tossed around by this vortex of air that's going on by Father Franzetti, but otherwise they're landing on the interior walls or on the pews or whatnot. Don't seem to be taking active part in anything yet.
I went that roll. My roll token is blurred. We're blacked out.
Odd.
Are you doing something that requires you to spend hope or anything that you don't have hope for? Because mine gets blurred out when it wants to use something that I can't do.
Yeah. It was trying to pull hope and send it back.
There you go. Yeah, mine does that when I want to use my patron's domains because it's not done with hope, but it's still hidden. The heck was
Miss
that,
with
Ollie?
fear,
I'll Splendor Paradise and upgrade that by 3.
which becomes an 11.
12.
Well,
12, pardon me. What am I doing? You are trying to hit Dubry.
the windows.
Franzetti in the windows.
The windows get hit. Franzetti does not. because you rolled with fear, you lose a hope.
I haven't got any hope there.
Then you lose a hit point.
Oh no! That's some emotional damage you just took there.
Emotional damage.
It's a whole new level of emotional damage, jeez.
You totally just made sense of your chaos and you don't like it.
That was a miss, so I get a free spotlight next, which means I'm going to spotlight possessed Father Francis as he makes a go for Khalad and is going to try and wrestle the paper from you. I would like an opposed strength check.
Okay. Right. That's not a
Well,
reaction
never
roll,
mind.
is it?
He's not very fit, is Father Francis, so, oh yeah.
Has he got noodle arms?
It seems like it.
Don't disrespect Father Noodle Arms.
I just remembered I paid the cost for have Father Franzetti become vulnerable. My first attack.
Yes.
Which means everyone should have been advantage for this whole time.
To be fair, that is 6, I guess. Okay. Apologies for that, but we'll deal with that.
You know, I should have reminded you at the time.
So, yeah, Khalad, you think it's apart from the fact that he's quite lean and therefore not combative at all. He's just a bookish priest. He just the only weightlifting he does is lifting totems. But it's also slightly that Father Francis himself might very well be fighting the possession. So it's like he deliberately tripped himself up, almost, in trying to sabotage himself. So, there you go. That was my spotlight. Whom of you would like the spotlight next? Tapestry. Go for it, Tapestry.
Okay, I want while shrouded in the darkness, sneak up right behind.
Now he's slightly elevated in that he's hovering over the floor, but fine.
That's fine.
There's a
And
pulpit next to him to bounce off.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I want to, if possible, I want to burst straight into light and sort of like cry out as the moth stands for darkness becoming light. Let the light come, moths! Cloud away this darkness as your spirit embodies. Basically, I want to try and actually charm the moths using light, and kind of like my kind of invocation, almost like a plea to the moths to come and start trying to swarm possessed Father Franzetti to disrupt his ability to disrupt our ability to do the ritual, if I can.
Sure. Alright, I like that. Let's make that more of a sunburst. In that case... What can I do?
I was going to suggest doing a presence roll for like a perform check or charm check. Okey-dokey. I'm going to use my rally die if I can. That's a d6, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. And I don't really think even my experiences can really go in here because it's not exactly an identity thing. So here's hoping.
Literally.
Yep.
Okay. That is a success, but it's a success with fear, so you lose a hope.
That's fine.
A swarm of moths enters in through one of the windows that Featherington broke. They're not heading for you.
Yep.
So you have summoned a swarm of moths.
Yay!
I'll add them in just so I don't forget about them to the initiative step. Okay, that was a roll with fear. I am going to spend that fear to put the spotlight on that statue that was winding up. That statue now makes an action as I take away its slow. Okay. It's definitely going to attack Galar because Galar is the closest one as it swings down with this attack. 50. That's a hit unless you modify it.
I can't modify it enough.
Okay. Big ol' hit now because it's a hit. And I gain, as it's got momentum, so I'm going to gain a fear from it landing a hit against you. And then it rolls damage. Oof, not great. But 10. Hopefully that gave you the... Yes, it did.
It did. Yep.
So, big wind-up swing, and then it comes crashing down. Deceptively fast for something that seemed to move so ponderously. It will take a move so that it's there, but that's as far as it will go. Glitch has requested the spotlight. I'm inclined to give it.
I've got 50 foot of rope on my bag.
Okay.
Can I possibly tie the possessed Father Francis up with it? Like, somehow? Just... you know...
Couldn't you do that with your whip, technically?
I have no idea if I can do it with my whip, but I know I've got 50 foot of rope, so...
What would this be as a maneuver?
I haven't got a clue, but I'm like,
I'm
I
going to
can't
ask
swim
you to give me a
because he's the good guy.
finesse roll, please.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
Targeting Father Francis.
Indeed. With a little bit of T in there. There we go. Absolutely nothing of my domains is going to help with this because I don't think rope Francis technology.
Yeah, lasso was
Wait,
not one of the things your patron gave
Can I do
you
assistance
experience.
because I'm assisting Palad? No?
This is all you, I'm afraid.
Let's hope for the best, guys. That's all I got.
24 with fear means you did it, but you do lose a hope because you rolled with fear.
I can live with that.
So, yeah, you rear back with your whip and this time crack it in such a way that Father Francis gets his arms pinned to his body as the whip just lashes round him like a cobra. Like a cobra? No, like a python.
Like a python!
It means you will have to stay close to him in order to maintain that binding, so I will count it as being restrained.
Okay.
Successfully by that shot. So yeah, nicely done.
Okay. Wonderful! My mission complete.
I am going to use a fear to spotlight Father Francetti again. As he will then target Tapestry, who's directly behind him, with Fling! And hurls Tapestry backwards. Now, luckily for you, you've flung mostly skidding across the floor, so you only take 6 damage from landing and rolling as he casts you with a telekinetic push from his near vicinity. You do, however, land at the foot of one of the statues.
Good. Oh, I got them too.
He can be spotlighted up to twice, so I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Let's see. Callard, you're doing too good a job there. Actually. Excellent. He holds his hands out, and the whirlwind of random bits of detritus starts to grow in intensity as he activates Whirlwind of Debris. So everything within a certain range of him. Oops, that wasn't on top of that. Yeah. Wrong thing. We are using this. Close. No, I can't get it. I can't see. I have to roll this back. Let's try that again. Close, far, close. Right, every adversary within that area. So that's Galar, Glitch, Featherington, Callad, and Peter. All have to make... So I'm going to target you all, sorry. Can I get those to appear in the list, please? Yeah, and I shit. Can I get you all to give me agility reaction rolls, please?
Okay, this probably means I have to let go of this whip, don't I?
That's a fail.
Yeah.
From Callad. That is a success from Galar, which is no small surprise. That is a success from Glitch. And that is a success from Peter. Okay, so overall, bits of random debris start flying, and bigger parts, chunks of stone, pieces of pew or books are ripped away and flung at high velocity in a wide area. Oh look, Tapestry's in the area too. He needs to do it as well. Agility reaction roll from Tapestry, please. That is a failure from Tapestry.
Yep.
Which makes sense, you were knocked on your butt.
Featherington will be back in a minute.
Sure.
Do theirs.
Those who
They're
failed.
okay.
So Callad.
Oh, they're back.
Oh, agility reaction roll, please.
It's just standard trick. That's agility, isn't it? Just click it.
Yeah.
It's agility, but remember
Make
to check that it's
yeah.
a reaction roll.
Where's the reaction roll? Sorry.
It should be
Oh, there's
at the top.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good one. That is a success. Okay. So... take physical damage from flying debris. So... 16 on Callad is a severe, so you take 3, one of which you can absorb on your armor slots. Tapestry, 16 for you, is also a severe, so you take 3, choosing to take, if you can choose to take at least 1 on an armor slot. Everyone else suffers 8.
Oh dear.
So, Glitch, for you, that's a major, so that's 2.
Oh dear. Well, that's my armor broken.
Peter, that's 1 for you.
That's with the arm. Did you say we don't take it on the armor?
You can take it on the armor. Featherington, 8 is a minor for you as well, so that's just 1.
So take it on the armor. It's not come up, so
No, I can't get it to come up.
Okay, so
It didn't target everybody. That was my fault for not doing
so
target.
that is 3, and I don't take any damage.
For anyone close enough, Glitch's armor is entirely broken now. There is none left.
As Father Franzetti essentially throws his arms wide and just flings debris everywhere with a haunting cry of rage. Peter, you get the spotlight.
As it won't be time for people to start downing those healing potions. Okay, first.
I'm going to shoot him in the face in a moment, I swear. Nice.
He's breaking her thumb!
Actually, aim it so he's this side.
liked that coat, says Khalad.
Oh, that was my favourite.
He's still vulnerable, isn't he?
Yes. A 17 with hope and a hit. Take the hope.
Okay.
Roll damage.
I get plus 1d6. Hitting with hope.
I like
I'm
how you
going-
dragged Ben into math lessons.
Reroll that one.
So,
Yep.
and I reroll the 8 because it didn't do the thing. So that, and I reroll 1. So that's
Okay, so
11,
we
12.
replace the 6 with a... We replace the 3 with a 6 and the 1 with a 5. So, yeah.
12 points of damage, and aiming the push so he cracks into the solid stone statue. Whether it does anything to impact into the stone thing. And I go over.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a fear so that he's no longer vulnerable. And you know what? Just because I'm feeling particularly nasty. But let's go with that. That is a hit. Which means he telekinetically thrusts debris in your direction as a return fire. Doing 17 damage.
In some very historical words that were actually spoken. Temper, temper.
So it's a successful hit, so I gained a fear back. Was there anything else? No, it's because you didn't do that. Okay, cool. And I'm also going to spend a fear, so the Father Francis is no longer restrained. Galar, you get the spotlight.
Nice. So I will activate my wings of light. Move closer to my emotional support human.
I like the way you called her a human. It's most definitely not.
Close enough.
You're the one who looks the closest out of the party.
Emotional support
Wow,
human.
that's kind of sad.
And then let's try and make the father sparkless. When's we haven't tried that yet?
Sparklage has not yet occurred, no. What have we got? Ooh, that was 15 with hope. Take the hope, and it was a hit.
Nice. I'm going to spend the hope on my wings to increase the damage.
Okay.
Get some more sparkles.
There can never be too many sparkles. Although, tell that to any parent who's had to hoover them up after the kid's done with them, and you might get a
That was
different...
good.
That's Fletcher's responsibility.
Is it? I ain't dealing with your sparkle fallout. That's a you problem.
Okay, so with that massive bolt, the body of Father Franzetti does fall to the ground. And as such, it just comes apart or gets set on sparkly fire and just drops to the floor. But that voice still echoes from all around you. You will not have this. I will destroy you all. It just reverberates around the interior of the cathedral. So he's not done with you yet. Just destroying the body is not enough.
It's still sparkly.
Shush. Khalad has requested the spotlight. Now would be a very good time for the spotlight.
Yes. Right. Couple of things first. just using a health potion, can I do that and continue the ritual?
Yep.
Cool, that sounds like a bloody good plan to start with. Yay.
So got a healing of 1 back, okay.
Okay, right. The interesting bit is, those don't seem to go down to 0 when you use them. Right. Let's do that manually. Okay.
Thank you.
Next bit for this one. I just want to check this, because in my head I can do this in the same action.
Sure.
I'd like to continue the ritual very loudly, thereby making a scene at the same time.
Distract them with your close range, give them a -2 to their difficulty. Okay, yeah. I'm good with that.
Right, so target being distracted is Father Francis, because he is distracted by me doing this. And continue on with the ritual, which was a presence roll, wasn't
check,
it?
yes.
Right. Let's throw in Travelling Bard. I'm running a bit low on hope, but let's see.
15 with fear, that is a success, but you do lose a hope as a result, but that does mean the countdown goes down.
That's it for me.
I am going to take that fear that was just presented and I am going to give it to this animated statue, and it is going to... It is going to respond. I gave it a token. Do I have that token on that one? No, I don't, so that one must have spent it, which means this one hasn't spent it. So Tapestry is about to get splatted.
Oh no!
As I take that token away and the statue makes a slam attack against Tapestry. He's all on his own. I get a 15, which is a hit.
That's just a hit. There goes my dodge.
And it's a 13 damage. The statue wounds back and then crashes its weapon down. That's all it can do. Miss Featherington has requested the spotlight. Is that okay, or does somebody else want it?
Has everyone else been?
No, go for it.
Most of them, in some fashion.
Most of them.
I mean, if all the
Go for it,
dead,
Feathers.
alright.
You know what, I'm going to bring the Moth Swarm in as well to help Tapestry, I should say, to help Tapestry.
Go for it, because I'll just go after.
Featherington has requested the spotlight. What would Featherington wish to do with the spotlight?
Oh, well, yeah, she would. I'm just trying to work out whether minor illusion would help to work on the ritual or just mimic Khalad.
That's good.
The minor ritual creates sound?
You create a minor visual illusion no larger than yourself in close range. But it's effectively, Feathers will just do the motions, copying what Khalad's been doing, in fact. Just to try and draw magic around to pump into it.
Oh, okay, trying to draw magic in. Okay, cool. In that case, can I get you to give me an instinct check, because your magic comes from there? That's good. That is a 15 with hope, which brings the countdown down, and gain a hope. So, yes, drawing the magic in and echoing some of the gestures does seem to be doing something. In fact, a number of moths are now gathering on the wall surfaces next to Miss Featherington. And you have advanced the countdown, so nice. Father Francis, I am going to give the spotlight to. He's going to just plain old try and punch. He's going to try and smack Khalad with a scepter. Where is he?
Going old school.
going to give this a go. I'm going to give this a go. Father Francis is going to spend a stress, mark of stress I should say, and grabs hold of Khalad, making him restrained. And then I am going to spend a fear as Father Francis levitates with Khalad, picking him up as well, and then drops him.
Doesn't he get his
Do you
strength
get a
reaction roll?
You do get a reaction roll.
Can't Khalad just open his wings?
Never mind.
Failed the reaction roll, so it's like a telekinetic push as much as a drop. As he gets...
Well, if you grapple my wings, I can't use them.
This is true.
Well, this is just poor play. You do better.
Wow.
He's literally saying skill issues.
Think that was.
Bye!
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
We have a potential death move.
Make your choice.
What? Oh, he came up good.
It came up for all of us.
Come up
Remy.
for all of
Came up
us.
for all of you. This is awesome. I didn't know we could do
Avoid
this.
death.
We all get...
Oh, the hope is first. It's a 7.
Rest for now.
Here we are. So you
Did he
avoid death. Cool.
I did not die.
You did not die.
Didn't you have any armour to take a hit point on?
Nope.
It's been smashed.
We did say neither of us have any armor.
Our tank is not between me and the enemy.
Both your squishy people are stood here going, base tank, right? Yeah, that's how we do it.
You guys have got this right.
Yeah, absolutely. We totally know what we're doing.
How has Feathers got more hit points than Khalad? I just realised I've got 6 and you've only got 5.
Because you're a tougher race.
Yeah,
You are
because
a
I'm
tougher
a
race.
glass cannon. I bounce around and poke things with a stick and dance out the way.
Who of you now wants the spotlight?
Someone that can heal, like Gallowmoor, or someone with a healing potion, maybe?
I think we should all have a healing potion unless we've already used them all.
I drank
I am
mine.
looking in my bag. 2 seconds.
I mean, I've got
I
one.
think I gave mine to
used-
someone.
I've already used the initiative. He's quite stressed. I have got Holy Tonic, I can throw it at him. But he's not-
Well,
really
Not
not
stressed
stressed.
at all. Yeah, he's not stressed at all.
I've done.
Quite happy to be dual now.
Has everyone done 2 rounds so far?
I've done 3, so...
Helped him to.
Oh, so
I've done 2.
I've done 2.
I've done 2.
So, yeah, everyone else bar me, one of you needs to take the initiative and put a healing potion down Khalad's throat, or carry
Who's
on
got
the
one?
ritual.
I will carry on the ritual. I don't have a potion, so I'm going to just do the ritual.
I do have a potion.
Right, potion first, then ritual.
Alright then, Kitty gets nominated.
Because
Our
if you roll
first
with
death
fear,
move.
that's the spotlight.
Am I good?
Yep, you're on the spotlight. The spotlight is yours. Do what you gotta do. Right, so essentially you are using one of your minor healing potions. Yes. And he gets 4 back. Cool.
But not on me, on Khalad.
Indeed you do. So. There we are. You are no longer restrained either, so here we are. So that was a move, and that was a tip the juice down his throat, so Khalad comes back around. Nice. We'll
You'd
get
like
to
to
the
take
consequences
the
of that later. But Glitch wants to go next, yes?
If he's awake, do I need to carry?
He's awake.
Is he awake enough to talk? Oh fuck!
He's
I'll
awake
do
enough
it.
to talk?
I'm gonna borrow your paper. I will give it back when you're awake enough to talk. When you're back around, just take it back. How do I do this ritual?
Involved.
Improv.
Share it between you.
Give me a presence check, Glitch.
What am I doing? Sorry.
Presence roll, please.
Oh, now that I can do. Ha! Watch me fuck it up.
And yet, I am watching an 11 and an 8, so a 21 with hope, gain a hope, and the
Yay!
countdown goes down as you successfully enact the next words of the ritual.
Yeah.
That was with hope. I have no fear left.
Someone else take the page and do another one.
Feels like Tapestry needs to be doing something before he gets squished.
Tapestry needs to back away.
Tapestry.
Honestly, given my
You have a
situation,
protective swarm of moths around you at the moment.
yeah. Can I try and deceive the animated statue into thinking that it's killed me since I was on the floor and it just smashed me hard?
If you really want to. You don't want to move away?
Well, if I move away, I can't make it think that I'm dead.
I'll say it's an
Explain to me what the
object. Does
reasoning
it
behind this is, this deception.
Basically, I can't get over to the guys there to help them with the ritual. I think it's slow enough that it's going to it's going to take a couple of turns to be able to get there to stop it. So I'm hoping that they can do it before he gets there. And I'm kind of the feeling that if I move away, I'm worried the moth swarm won't be going there to try and interfere with it. So I'm hoping its attention will be on the moth swarm, taking it out of action while I'm there glowing, but in inverted commas, dead.
Alright then, if you want to do a deception, then I'm going to need presence.
Okay.
Which is not bad, actually. Yeah.
I'm also going to throw this in.
Just want to see the spend a hope to gain advantage, so yeah. Roll with advantage.
Okay. So presence and advantage.
Ooh, blimey. Yep, that is a success. Get a hope. Alright, to all intents and purposes, you are displaying an aptitude for corpsing.
Yep.
Which I know is not the term for pretending to be a corpse, but, you know.
What's really funny is if they finish the ritual and they defeat all this, I'm just going to lie there and I'm not needed to do anything else there. I'm just going to lie there going, I wonder if they'll believe I'm dead.
Gala has requested spotlight. Gala gets it.
Nice. Let's have some more sparkles.
More sparkle.
You can never have enough sparkles, right?
Exactly. Yeah, with fear. Nice.
Bolt Beacon is a hit with fear, which means you lose a hope. But it is a hit, so you do get to roll damage.
Alrighty.
Big hit. Chunks of it come away.
Nice.
That was with fear. So let's spotlight Father Francis. Doesn't like the fact that Glitch is doing a good job. He's going to attack the scepter.
Hi there. Don't hurt me.
Attacks with the scepter rather badly and therefore misses. Okay.
Nice.
Who wants the spotlight?
Peter's got his hand.
Peter's got his hand up. Does Peter still want the spotlight?
No, I didn't put it on.
Still there.
You didn't take
That's
it down more.
Alright, who's
All
next?
right.
Who wants it?
I'm used to automatically doing it.
Khalad, you alright? Go for it.
Right. Okay.
Right, come on.
I think now's a really good time to continue the ritual.
Hands paper back.
That is good. That is with hope. So you succeed and gain a hope, and the countdown goes down again. Not far. Miss Featherington has requested the spotlight. Does Khaled want to move?
Nope.
Miss Featherington.
He's standing by the bowl, dripping into it, continuing going. No one's told him to stop dripping yet.
Like well presented.
Ah, that's why you draw.
What's Miss Featherington doing?
Same as Callum.
Alright then. You can give me a presence check then, please.
He was instinct last time for drawing through my magic to use on it. As we said last time.
That's a good point. You're using mime, aren't you, rather than that? So
yeah, because I can't really speak.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that. So yes, thank you for reminding me. Yep, go for it. Instinct.
Oh, come on!
Oh. 8 with fear. No, afraid not. You lose a hope as well. As a cackling sound reverberates through the entire place. But you do notice that now that the ritual is getting close to completion, that blue light that was backlighting the cathedral is now shining in through every window. And there are clouds of moths outside. That was a roll with fear, so I am going to spotlight this statue. It has slow, so it's going to wind up for a smash, but that will have to happen on its next spotlight, so one of you can go next. As the thing is winding up, actually that's a good point, it's going to take a step here and is aiming at the one with the paper.
Peter, smash it in the paint!
Gallowmoor has requested spotlight, unless Peter wants to go.
Yeah,
Wait, Gallowmoor, finish the ritual! Finish the ritual!
I was going to smash it just because it was taking a step towards you, but...
Cool.
I was going to smash it because it was hidden towards the others. So if you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah, I can't afford a tag team. So.
Wait, how much is it to tag team?
3.
5. 3?
3.
I've only got 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I've only got 2.
We're all hopeful right now.
Yeah, I'll just go for a normal stubby stub.
With the halberd or the spear?
Still in spear form. Spear and shield form.
That is a big hit. That's 16 with hope. That is a big ol' hit. Take the hope. Roll the damage.
Ooh, now I've got enough hope.
Like, now you've got it now.
Now I've got it.
9 damage is enough to make it crumble. As you smash the last pieces and it just tumbles into bits as its structural integrity collapses. Nicely done. That was an attack with hope, therefore Spotlight can still stick with you guys.
Good. Finish the bloody ritual!
Oh, you.
Yeah,
You've got paper.
Wait, Peter, do you want to turn before I do this? Do you want to go smash the other statue?
Can't get there in enough movement.
No, yeah, it's
Okay.
far distance, so...
So I'll just wait to see if it comes closer and then...
Glitch has requested the spotlight.
Let's try this again, shall we?
Give it your best
the paper.
performance.
That was not my best.
13 with hope is enough.
Yes! We did it, guys!
There is the sudden scream from the voice of the Inquisitor, as he just does his best Darth Vader impression. And the foundations of the whole minor chapel shakes. But there's almost a pop of air pressure from your ears as the last couple of windows blow in, and the whole interior is now awash with furry moth bodies. and even though you're not sure if they are friends or not, they are just engulf the entire space, so much so that you can see nothing but these tiny furry bodies, and that light from outside now just shines over everything. It becomes blinding to the point where you have to close your eyes, otherwise it's going to just sear your eyes from your head. And then you open your eyes as you realize it's gone very, very quiet.
I like how I say nobody breathes, and you're trying to breathe.
Father Francis is the first to utter a sound as he woozily seems to come back into himself. "Oh my," he says as he gets up. There are no moths, and it's daylight outside. The statue that had made its way to attack Tapestry, pardon me, I almost said Khaled, is back where it started. The other statue, however, is lying in pieces, in the stone pieces that it was shattered into. There is an all-pervading silence, not even a breath of wind. But, like I said, sunlight is now streaming in through the windows. Feathers points at the sigil on the wall, then slaps Francis.
Oh dear.
At which point he just nurses his face a little bit and goes, "Well, I'm sorry I wasn't stronger to resist." Gets the book handed back to him. "Thank you, I suppose." Tapestry stops glowing, but continues playing dead. Okay.
So, does this mean we win? Can we stop having zombies now? Can we get the hubs and go home?
At which point Father Francis goes, "Oh my goodness, zombies!" And he rushes out the door. There's a few moments of silence, at which point you hear his voice from outside. You might want to come and take a look at this.
Are we still afflicted by the mutation?
No. Your mutations, Miss Featherington and Peter, have gone.
Why are we dragging the... I see Featherington's dragging yet another corpse.
Matt, is there a shovel in the raffle?
Funnily enough, no.
There's a big hole out the front, technically.
The only chapel in the world that does not have a shovel.
I'm sure if you rummaged around inside one of the storage areas, you might find like brushes and such.
Yeah, there's farms and things outside, you might find one.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because if, and I'm assuming you do, those of you who do step out to see what Father Francis is drawing attention to, the sun is rising from the east, so somehow it seems morning has happened. You're not entirely sure how much time passed in the darkness, but it doesn't feel like time passed as it should have. But nevertheless, the sun is rising and is casting a golden glow over everything, and the fog of dust that was hanging over Gallowmoor has drifted away. The houses are all still there, but of keen note is the fact that there are now bushes of Irie's feather have now sprouted up seemingly spontaneously, mostly around the perimeter of the chapel. But the one thing that Father Francis is trying to draw your attention to is the fact that there's nobody in Gallowmoor. There's not a sign of a single soul. There are no shambling people. There are no moth-controlled corpses. There's nobody. Gallowmoor is completely empty.
Nice, free town. We're going up in the world. We had a mansion, now we've got a town.
Everyone turned into a moth.
Oh. Not necessarily.
They probably disintegrated.
This church has not had
apart.
This church has not had a mass or a congregation in a long time, based off how things were laid out. When did those bodies die? It's probably not recently.
Father Francis draws a breath in. Well, it looks like my custodianship of St. Lowen's Minor Cathedral is off to something of a start.
I believe the phrase is a cracking start.
Well, I'm glad you think so, Miss Glitch.
I would brush upon your Elvish.
Indeed. And, that does beg the question. Where am I going to get the sacrifices from? Because I can't keep just drawing your blood, Mr. Callard. Can't keep asking you back every time there needs to be a ritual.
Get a new congregation. Get some cows. Buy a goat.
Well, this becomes a point of issue. In order to get cows or goats or animals of any kind, I'm going to have to request them, which means that they're going to need to be saved for ritual sacrifice, which means they're not going to be used for milk or meat.
Or we could transport the...
Is there some of the flowers around?
The herb?
Yes.
There's a bunch of
Yes,
them.
oh, there's plenty.
Yes,
There's bushes of them.
Lots of them.
Well, one trade for another, I suppose. We got the herb, you've got the herb, and I can help you harvest them so that you can take them all back to Father Hawk, who can help distribute them and have after they've been made into the requisite repellent. But
If you turn this into like a teaching thing for like other priesty people, then you've got the blood, because you didn't have to kill anyone for it, because Callan's still alive.
well, that again becomes a request that's going to have to be made. Yes, could
And then you could keep
people
farming
come
the
back?
herbs.
I would imagine, given the importance of this place, others will be sent by the church to assist and secure.
Which means they're going to need to be pulled away from wherever they are now. But yes, this is important work and it needs to be done. You're quite right. Well, my friends, thank you very much for everything you did. This couldn't have happened without you, and the people of the Ruby District, at the very least, will be able to survive that much longer now that we've got supplies to be made into beast repellent. And maybe people can be encouraged to come back this way. Although one wonders what the church is going to make of all of this.
I got nothing. I got nothing for that. That's a you problem, Father.
I'm sure.
Before we leave, Father, can we assist you in harvesting some of these herbs to take back with us for
that
the
would
Father
be
to make the repellent?
That would be ideal. I'd be very grateful if you could. Interestingly, Miss Featherington is looking for something to bury Father Franzetti. Well, one would imagine there's a storehouse somewhere, but it would have to be crafted to be specifically Father Franzetti's size. So there isn't necessarily a coffin made to order, but you could probably scrounge coffin parts and find hammers and nails, and you could craft one, essentially.
We could also just burn him.
Could also just burn
Might be a
Fire.
bad one. Considering he got possessed, I would say it's probably a very good plan.
No more zombie.
Well, you did kind of destroy most of his body.
Still keeping his heart.
Still keeping... Well, that's fine. You took it out before the possession happened, so, you know. Well, okay then. So, it takes you the better part of the morning to some of you, if you are helping Miss Featherington craft a coffin for Father Franzetti, or a pyre, whichever you choose to go with. Father Francis says a few words, but nevertheless is going to assist with helping you harvest as many of the herbs as you possibly can. So you've now got quite a few bushels worth that you can take back, and there is at least one cart that you can salvage from Gallowmoor to take back with you to the Cathedral of the Radiant Church, so that Father Hawk can start making and distributing beast repellent.
Dumb question. Can we not take a sapling or something with us to maybe grow over there? And obviously not like enough to completely fund, but maybe enough to have an emergency supply at all times for them?
Interesting. This area is not terribly well watered. So depends on where, and so the area you're in, Gallowmoor, is particularly well watered because it's quite swampy. But
the other area not so much. Which is why I said just the one. You never know, might be able to do it.
Yeah, you never know.
Well,
the thing seems remarkably free of seed pods, unfortunately, but time will tell.
Put one
on
out.
that one.
Put it in a plant pot.
Sure.
pretty much.
Tapestry makes a mental note of how his dead body was totally ignored by his friends. Yep.
6, 7. Oh shoot! Yeah, we forgot about him, didn't we?
But literally, you all walked right past me. The tapestry's still lying dead on the floor.
Your glowing just changed. We took that as a pulse and carried on.
He stopped glowing.
I stopped glowing as the fight ended.
Glowing changed. We assumed that was a pulse and carried on.
There wasn't any glowing.
I know,
I've
but
got
it
this.
was glowing
Hang on.
when you were pretending to be
I've got
dead.
this.
It's just part of me is just thinking of that as that Metal Gear Solid meme. So that as everyone's passing by him, the internal monologue of Tapestry is, "They have no idea." Tapestry, you genius! They don't even realise you're not actually dead.
I like how they're assuming Tapestry has a heart.
She'll find something.
So,
Oh,
yes, I've got a
no.
little bit to resolve with the fact that somebody very nearly died.
Yeah.
Somebody has gained a long-term madness as well, which was, inevitable, really, considering. But for the most part, you do get to transport a cart full of supplies back to the the part of the Ruby District where you can find Father Hawk, and that is probably the kind of area we will take this back up on, unless anything else needs to be added. So until then, unless you guys have got anything that you particularly want to add, maybe your character does.
You mean other than yell for feathers, that there's another one?
Sure. So either before you reach the Cathedral of the Radiant Church where Father Hawk is at, or when you reach it, if there's anything.
Do I
anybody
actually
wants
get
to do.
stabbed by Gala? Because I think that will finish me off.
I mean, if you don't move when she starts to line you up for it, yeah.
Gareth, are you actually going to make me ask this question?
Go on.
Is Tapestry letting somebody stab them?
I'm going to activate Rogue Stars.
That would be a no. Okay, gotcha. Is he just
Another zombie
Just because
killing
all
me.
your rolls go for that, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll pass.
Well, that's up to Gallus.
I had the same idea.
So, 2 corpses.
Oh, dear me. As folks who were just listening in on this are just hearing me despair and everybody titter amongst themselves. The rest of us who can actually read the text that's scrolling along can have a little laugh. Nevertheless.
It's fine. It's just one zombie. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So this is essentially the end of this little episode of the first chapter. So that is taking care of the neighbours? Looking after the neighbours?
Yes,
Looking out for the
part 2.
neighbours. Looking out for the
Okay.
neighbours part 2. This is the conclusion of that, but we have one more part to complete before we end chapter 1, and that is the part called The Remedy, which will be next. So, thank you very much, my dudes, who played a lot. My players. That was pretty intense.
Fun.
I got pretty close for a moment there. I didn't actually realise that Khalad was going to die from that shot, so yay. But we got to see the death roll thing come into it, which I didn't know it was that big or that loud or that full screen. So there we are.
That was cool.
That's
Yeah.
another module that I brought in just because I liked the read of it. I have never tested that before, and it was big and cinematic, and it was kind of cool. So,
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to press anything as I was afraid something was going to happen.
well, so was I. I was waiting for the one who's actually meant to do the roll to do it. So, Sean has signed off, probably because he's got places to be and things to do. So I
Cats
won't
to take care
bemoan
of.
those who want to come back next week for the next part of Lost Luyarnha Chapter 1. Thanks to anyone who popped in and had a look around. We hope you enjoyed it. And those of you who are watching this on YouTube later on, likewise, if you popped in and gave us a look, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And if you want to see what happens next time, then tune in next week. But until then, treat each other with love and respect, because goddamn, these days. But otherwise, we will see you here this time next week. So we asked you to... I'm saying the same thing over and over. I'm stuck in a loop. Somebody help me!
See you all next week.
See you all next week,
Be there.
and good night
Square.
out there, whatever you are.